The SGX Nifty has now moved to the high point, and Asian stocks, after many days of decline, are finally seeing a bit of a breather. Our research team is here to give you the list of top 10 stocks as we head into trade today. So, Anuj, what would you be looking at?
So, mostly on the buy side today, City Union Bank is very interesting. And if you excuse me, if you see the stock, it's seen strong accumulation and it's outperforming its peers. The Bank Nifty, it's up, I think, some 2-3% this week, while the Bank Nifty is down almost 2.5%. So, I don't know, perhaps some corporate action or whatever, I may not know, but the buying action is very interesting. And the other one is Wipro. It's a bit, what you call intuitive in nature, in a sense that HCL Tech is likely to see a bit of a drag because of this large acquisition. We already saw that yesterday, and some money might move out to similar sized stocks. So the Wipro stock has shown signs of ending its underperformance, so that could be a stock to track from here, perhaps.
Okay, well, now, of course, to the big deal of the morning. Kritika, key takeaways from HCL Tech?
All right, so they've acquired about 7 software products of IBM. The total deal value is $1.77 billion. 5 of these were already in an IP partnership, remember, with HCL Tech. So the overall incremental revenue, negating that, comes up to about $650 million over and above all the deals. So the deal is going to be closed about April-June 2019. So it's after that that the incremental revenue will come in, and the overall payout is going to be only around that period. So largely through internal accruals, but a portion of that $300 million is going to be debt.
Right, Kritika, thanks a lot for that. Rima also joins in. Rima, you think there would be some skepticism because of the size of the acquisition?
Yes, Sonia, there are a few skeptics on the deal because it's a very big bet that the company is making on the products business. So it may pay off in the future, but there is a risk element which is attached to it. Now, the company has already spent about $1.6 billion so far on IP partnerships or on platforms. And now add to this another $1.8 billion, which means so far the company spent about $3.4 billion on this IP partnership. So that's a very large number. And as of now, we're yet to see a proven success of that particular debt. Now, this is a cash-rich company, and they will have to probably take on debt as well for this acquisition to the tune of about $300 million if required. So that, it becomes a net debt company. So that's the extent of the particular acquisition. The stock was down about 4% yesterday. It's underperformed TCS by close to 30% in 2018. So the street is a bit skeptical about the M&A plans of HCL Tech.
Okay. All right, Rima, thanks a lot for that. Now, let's see, because, in the past also, when HCL Tech was on that acquisition drive, initially it underperformed, but after that we saw a period of big outperformance as well. So it all depends on how they're able to, turn it around. I mean, how they're able to manage it. And initially, of course, there's going to be some disappointment because of the large debt, but then we'll move from there. Abhishek, this REC PFC merger announcement finally there?
Well, Anuj, the government has given nod for its holding in REC to be sold to PFC. So REC will become a subsidiary of Power Finance Corporation. Now, the pricing issues are yet to be worked out by the ministry. However, if you look at the current market price of REC, the 52.63% holding works out to 10,805 crore worth of value. So PFC will need to raise this amount to be able to buy the government's holding in REC. PFC has about 1,800 crore of cash in its balance sheet. Back to you.
Okay, so more debt for PFC, but I think the stock has already seen a little bit of punishment in previous days. Okay, the stocks that saw punishment or did not see rewards yesterday, I would think would be the ones that will benefit. I'm referring to the inflation and oil sensitives. They had a good thing going over the last 2 days with yields crashing to what, 7.4, 7.42, but the finance stocks did not react. Likewise, when oil fell, we didn't see too much of reaction for the oil sensitives. So today, I would expect that the Nifty Bank, it was a minor outperformer yesterday. Today, we should see more short covering there. Many of the NBFCs, the big boys like the HDFC twins and the Bajaj twins for sure, but across the line as well. And oil sensitives, oil marketing companies should see a good day, at least short covering.
Okay, since you're mentioning some of the oil sensitives, I'm going to take that forward with the aviation stocks. Yes. Jet Airways on our radar. Now, Mint has reported, remember, we've also covered this story, but Mint has said that Etihad is offering to guarantee loans worth $150 million to keep the company operational. So now we know that there is this amount that Etihad is willing to guarantee. Talks are on with the banks to increase Jet Airways' borrowing limit as well. Remember, Jet Airways needs an immediate fund infusion of $500 million between now and April of next year to meet its financial obligations. Jet and Etihad are still in talks for an equity infusion, so that may happen as well. Etihad is in talks to rope in a third partner to invest in Jet Airways too. And in addition to all of this, you could see the stock in the green because crude prices have fallen about 3% overnight. So this could be another stock on our radar.
Fair point. And Nisha is joining us now with her scoop on PNB and PNB Housing Finance.
The stocks in focus would be Punjab National Bank as well as PNB Housing Finance. We do gather from sources with direct knowledge that PNB is selling its stake in PNB Housing Finance, which is about 33% and that has got interest from some of the private equity players like Blackstone and surprise, Carlyle's another fund, Fund 5 is what we gather. Now remember this time Carlyle, which owns around 32% stake in PNB Housing Finance, has not been jointly selling the stake with PNB. They are going to retain the stake at the moment. So therefore, only PNB's stake is on offer and another of Carlyle's fund could be the one which is also an interested party amongst a few other private equity players which are interested in buying out the stake. This could really be triggering an open offer because it's a 32% stake which will be bought and then that will be a trigger of open offer for another 26%. So these two stocks are likely to be in the green, though it has not got any interest from the strategic players, is what we gather.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for that, Nisha. Some important takeaways coming in from a presentation that HCL Tech has uploaded. Of course, the focus will be on the acquisition, but they talk about organic growth and how that is picked up in FY19 across all service lines. So, very important positive takeaways on the organic growth, and they continue to track to the midpoint of the revenue guidance of 9.5% to 11.5% for FY19. So, they stick to that optimistic guidance. Here's a quick recap of our top stocks, stocks with positive news flow: City Union Bank, Wipro, HCL Tech, REC, PNB, PNB Housing Finance, BPCL, HPCL, IOC, the Nifty Bank, Bajaj Finance, HDFC, Indiabulls Housing and Jet Airways. While the lone stock from our list with negative news flow today is PFC because of the merger news.